Hi, I'm Beverly Marzie Woodward. I'm the director of the MTSU Child Development Center. I want to welcome you to the MTSU Child Development Center. This is who we are. The Child Development Center gives students who wish to be early childhood educators the opportunity to work with children from ages 1 to 5. We offer an infant toddler program for children ages 1 to 3 and a preschool program for children 3 to 5 years of age. To begin, let's take a little true or false quiz. There are 4 types of abuse, true or false. Most abusers are familiar to the child, true or false. My supervisor reports the abuse I saw for me, true or false. Even good families have abuse, true or false. Children who are abused are trusting and have no problem with relationships, true or false. How did you do? Let's go over the questions and the answers so you can determine how much you already know about child abuse. There are 4 types of abuse. This is true. Do you know the types? Physical abuse, neglect, emotional abuse, and sexual abuse. Most abusers are familiar to the child. This is also true. Sadly, children do know their abusers. They can be a family friend or even a family member. My supervisor reports the abuse I saw for me. This is false. If you see the abuse, you are required by law to call it in. Even good families have abuse. This is true. Abuse can be found in every type of household. Children who are abused are trusting and have no problem with relationships. This is false. Children who are abused do have trouble with trust and establishing meaningful relationships. How did you score? Let's use what we have discussed thus far to better understand child abuse. It is important as we work with children that the first step in helping abused children is to recognize the signs of abuse and neglect. Remember that one sign does not mean abuse occurs, but could mean that we need to look closer. Reporting abuse may protect a child and help a family. Here are a few statistics. In Tennessee, over 37,000 reports of abuse and neglect occur. Every day, over 100 children are reported abused and neglected. The Kids Count survey said that in 2013, the Child Abuse Hotline handled over 125,000 calls. Those are high numbers, which show a serious problem. So we said there are 4 kinds of child abuse: physical, emotional, sexual, and neglect. Let's identify some characteristics of each. Physical abuse is when someone physically harms or causes abuse to a child. This type of abuse is unpredictable. It's usually out of rage and it uses fear to control behavior. You can see bruises, welts, and cuts on a child to know that physical abuse has probably occurred. Emotional abuse is when someone uses humiliation and negative comments. The person is frequently yelling or bullying, ignoring or rejecting a child, limiting their physical contact, or exposing them to violence. All of this constitutes emotional abuse. Sexual abuse of a child is defined as any type of sexual activity that is done for the sexual gratification of another person. This may include touching, intercourse, showing pornography, exposing oneself, etc. So exposing a child to sexual situations or materials is considered sexual abuse, regardless of whether a child is touched or not. Sexual abuse brings a lot of shame and guilt with it. The child may feel responsible for the behavior, and sadly, this usually occurs at the hands of someone they know and trust. Some signs of sexual abuse are these: acting out in an inappropriate sexual way with toys or objects, nightmares, sleeping problems, becoming withdrawn or very clingy, becoming unusually secretive, sudden unexplained personality changes, mood swings, and seeming insecure. Regressing to younger behaviors such as bedwetting, unaccountable fear of particular places or people, outbursts of anger, changes in eating habits. There are new adult words for body parts and no obvious source. Talk of a new older friend and unexplained money or gifts. Self-harm such as cutting, burning, or other harmful activities. Physical signs such as unexplained soreness or bruises around the genitals or mouth, sexually transmitted diseases or pregnancy, running away, not wanting to be alone with a particular child or young person. Remember that in all types of abuse, you are looking for more than one sign in order to be concerned about child abuse. Neglect is a pattern of failing to provide for a child's basic needs. This includes lack of shelter, medicine, food, or providing for education. A child's general appearance, home environment, and behavior patterns can show signs of neglect. A child who is neglected may be very underweight or overweight, be developmentally delayed, be sick or tired most of the time, be dirty or have poor personal hygiene, not have the right clothes for this weather. What do you do when you suspect child abuse? Well, the most important thing you need to know is that you must report it. Not your supervisor, but you. The numbers to report are 615-217-8900 in Rutherford County, or 1-877-237-0004. The latter is a 24-hour hotline number. MTSU has a child protection policy and procedures statement. This should be carefully read and signed. Also, remember you never, ever question the child. Leave that to the police or the Department of Human Services. It is not your job to verify it. What can we do to prevent child abuse? First, arm the child with knowledge that it is their body and it is okay to say no. Provide children with a safe and nurturing environment when they are with you. But also find and use resources to help children have this environment all the time. Protect yourself against being accused of being an abuser. How can you protect yourself? Make sure another adult is with you or that you can be observed in your interactions with the child. Teach children parts of the body or talk respectfully about the area that their bathing suit covers. Giving children knowledge makes them masters of their own body. Teach parents what is age appropriate and what is not, so that expectations are not too high for their child. People who become overly frustrated with their child may lose their temper. Knowing what to expect helps parents focus on the positive aspects of their child. Thank you, and I hope you have a great experience at the MTSU Child Development Center.